Hey guys, welcome back for another reaction. Today I'll be checking out why Finland is happier than America. Let's get into this.
Are you tired of hearing how great America is? Well, let me introduce you a small country called Finland. It's a little, unassuming country that just happens to be the happiest country in the world. No big deal, America. You can keep the land of the free title. We take the happiest country in the world title any day. So stick around to explore why
I'll take
Finland is
the
kicking America's
happiest
butt in the happiness department.
country.
Top 10 reasons coming up. Let's go. A good education often leads to a happy life. A study conducted by the American Economics Association in 2011 found that good schooling directly leads to the kids feeling more fulfilled overall. And in Finland, our primary and secondary schools are some of the best in the world. Kids start to school at the age of 7, so they have more time
Really?
to enjoy their childhood. Not only that, but the country's done away with most homework. We focus on teaching children what they need to know on the day and don't burden them when they're with their family. Though not as many Finns go to the college
Really?
compared to Americans, or university Finns don't drag us down for the rest of our lives. Because in fact, college or university as we call it here is completely free in Finland. So we do away with the high stress
That's so
lifestyle that so
nice.
many Americans have to deal with. Not only the higher education is free, but the Finnish government grants us around 500 euros a month to cover our living expenses during
For
studies.
real?
In other words, we get paid to study a degree in Finland. But hey, it doesn't stop there. The Finnish government offers guaranteed student loans for students that are partially forgiven upon
That's
graduation,
nice.
incentivizing students to graduate in target time. Additionally, not many students actually get a student loan because there you can use the student benefit and work during the summer in between terms. So American universities like
That's
Stanford and
awesome.
Harvard are one of the best in the world and they deserve the credit. That said, they favor the elite in the society. Most people just want to learn new skills and expand their skill set without extra stress. And speaking of stress, how many times have you been online and seen Americans complaining about their healthcare system? And I've seen many stories where people
Yeah.
have walked to the hospital rather than taking the ambulance ride because it costs so much money there. That's right. According to talktomira.com, Americans pay on
This is so
average
true.
$1,200 for an ambulance ride. Here in Finland, we're just looking at you guys thinking, I'll buy it at a higher price. Because here in Finland, the basic fee for an ambulance ride for residents without any insurance is 16 euros. 16 euros. Seriously though, the
Just
Finnish
60
healthcare
euros?
system blows America out of the water. I don't even think Americans will argue with me on this one. So in Finland, we have a universal healthcare that is mostly paid by the municipality, which means everyone is eligible for treatment and the overall costs are very low, so we don't have to take out the mortgage every time we stub our toe. Furthermore, let's compare a basic
That's
doctor fee visits
awesome. What
between
the heck?
USA and Finland. Visiting a doctor for a consultation in Finland will cost a maximum of 20 euros 90
Good.
cents, while visiting a doctor in the United States could
Wait, that's without insurance. Just 20 euros. That's crazy because here, even though you do have insurance, you still gotta pay $150 just for visiting a doctor. Amazing, right?
cost between 150 to $450 for those without insurance,
Yeah.
according to khealth.com.
Yeah.
Ouch, that's a buttload of money. And that said, it's not all sunshines and roses
A
here in
lot.
Finland either, because sometimes the waiting times can be quite long. And this is why some people still get a private health insurance to kind of expedite the process and get treatment a little bit faster. Although it's seen more like a luxury thing. Now, compared to the US, where according to the United States Census Bureau, up to 66% of citizens have a private health insurance. And according to Finantiala, up to 24% of Finns have taken up a private health insurance to avoid the waiting times. So there's a big difference. I know US is great when it
Yeah.
comes to developing new medical technology and medicine. You, for example, helped us a lot while developing a vaccine for the COVID. But still, you guys need to sort out your healthcare system out there. It's looking pretty bleak. And no wonder we Finns are happy because we don't have to worry about getting sick or getting treatment if the brown stuff hits the fan. In fact, we Finns don't have to visit hospital that
Yeah.
often because of the following reason. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that less crime in your country leads to a happier life overall. For example, according to World Population Review, for every 100,000 people, the United States has a crime rate of 47.70 people, while Finland has only
That's a lot.
27.59. And people feel safe
That's
walking around during
nice.
the day and at night. I've never had any big scares of myself, and the same goes for my female friends. And if another Finn wanted to rob me, it wouldn't work because we always have to maintain our personal space. Applies to robbers as well. But the scariest part of America is definitely the gun crime. Because it seems that you can buy guns as
Definitely.
easily as beer. What if Boy, hey, can you get me one beer, please? Is that all, stranger? Oh, and can you also get me one Glock G19? Thank you. But over here we have much tighter.
It's so funny. Like, it's so funny, but also embarrassing that there's a lot of guns in the United States. Like, I've heard that there's more gun in Texas than the whole state. Not sure if I'm right. But yeah, that's what I've heard. And yeah, this person speak too fast that I don't know where to pause. That's so funny. But yeah, the first topic was Finland school doesn't have homeworks. That is crazy. Is this true? Like, I hate homework so much. Why is it not everywhere? Especially when finals are coming, there's a lot of projects, homework, and stuff. Oh my gosh. Is this for real? Is it up to college? Like that no homework at all? That's so nice. I wish I live in Finland. Is it anywhere or just in Finland? Like anywhere in Nordic country. That's so nice. I'm so impressed. I hope they do this everywhere. And true, it should not stress the students. Why are they giving us stress?
Than
Crazy.
restrictions. So if you want to get the gun, it involves various background checks, an interview with the police, passport verification, and also an in-depth analysis of handwritten letter of intent. And according to Nation Master, all of these restrictions mean there are around 3 times more guns per 100 residents in the US than in Finland. And according to the same source,
Gosh.
100 times more murders in the States than in Finland. Obviously, it will depend where you live. For example, if you compare downtown Chicago
Yes.
with Maine, big difference is probably over there. Still, I think it's a big reason why Finns feel happier compared to Americans. But this next reason may even play a bigger part. Americans are all about making that money. You guys are proud of your hustle, and I kind of respect that. Everyone likes hard workers after all. But sometimes I think Americans go a bit overboard, and I believe that can have some negative effects on their personal lives. Because here in Finland, we are a lot more relaxed about things. Most employees only work around 30 to 40 hours a week, and we get way more vacation time. So according to Forbes, while Americans get only
Yeah.
2 weeks off every
That's
year,
so
in Finland
nice.
we get the whole month. And it's common to take 4 weeks off in the summer, paid. And not only that, when we come
Yeah, the first time I've heard this, I am so shocked. A whole month vacation is just awesome and paid. That is nice. That is nice. And this dog is cute.
from work, we're off the clock. No annoying emails from our bosses or calls asking us to fill in. When we are done for the day, we are done. It's also
Yeah.
much easier for us to take a day off if we're sick. In most cases, you just call up work and let them know you're feeling under the weather. And in America, it feels like you have to clock in even if you're at the death's door. And it's not always about the big things.
Yeah.
Small quality of life changes can make a country much happier to live in, like better public transport. But before that, if you're enjoying the content, remember to hit thumbs up so we can get this content recommended to more people. So everything in America revolves around the car. It makes sense. You guys invented the automobile, so you built your country around your new invention. But it feels like if you don't have a car, you seem to be stuck with limited options. You can't take the train, and you're seen
Yeah.
as a loser if you even consider taking the bus. But here in Finland, things are different. A few of my friends don't even have a license, let alone a car. And the truth is, no one cares, really. They take the public transport to work and walk or cycle during the weekends. And it's super easy, better for the environment, and makes your life much less stressful knowing that you don't have to hop in your car to go to the shops.
Yeah.
Plus, you can save a lot of money that way. On top of that, because we have so few
That's
people here in
true.
Finland, the public transportation is never packed, which means that you never or rarely have to let anyone into a personal space. Good stuff. And best of all, provided
Yeah, you definitely don't need license if you can just go anywhere in the public transportation. That's just so cool. But sometimes having no license would would be sad too because you can't drive when you visit different countries. I mean, I think all around Europe, transportation is very easy, right? Like all over Europe. I don't know because I haven't been there, but hopefully soon. But yeah, that's just awesome. You don't have to worry about driving and you can save money because you don't have to pay for gas and then you don't have to pay for your car monthly. So definitely save a lot of money.
You are in the capital area or the city of Tampere, we have trams. Trams combine the best part about trains and buses. They avoid traffic
That's
and are super
nice.
reliable, plus they're great for the planet. However, for those who want to live in smaller towns, the almighty tram is nowhere to be found, so it's better to invest in a car to get around. Wow, that is some nice rhymes. Speaking of which, the following reason ties perfectly into traffic and pollution. Remember when Trump said he wanted America to have the cleanest air in the world?
You know, we have the cleanest air in the world in the United States, and it's gotten better since I'm president.
Well,
I
here
don't
in
like
Finland we
him.
actually do. Okay, maybe not technically the cleanest, but very top quality anyways. According to the Swiss air quality technology company IQ Air, we are nearly in the top 10 of least polluted countries. Just Estonia, New Zealand,
Wow.
and the Aussies are just ahead of us. They'll be pleased to know. So we are the 119th least polluted country in the world. What about America? They're as high as 99. And according to an article published on
Yikes.
mediconnection.fi,
That's
our water is also the
yikes.
cleanest in the world. You don't have to worry about drinking the tap water here. Actually, it's recommended because it's so good, healthy, and also delicious. Although we Finns are
Yeah, that's what I heard. And there's a lot of comments that said that the Finland has the cleanest and very delicious water. Does it taste like soda? I'm kidding. But yeah, I love water.
probably not the most outgoing and social people out there, we still take good care of our environment and cleanliness here. And it's not just our air and water that are clean, our tax returns are as well. Something a lot of Americans like to say about Finland and other Nordic countries that we pay so much taxes here. And the thing is that they're not wrong, because Finland definitely has one of higher tax rates. Although some call it socialism,
Oh, really?
which is definitely wrong. But at the same time, we get a lot of more out of our taxes compared to the Americans, like free education, inexpensive healthcare system,
Oh, yeah.
public transport,
That's
or some
nice.
social security system. And if we look at the list of countries ranked by the Gini index, which measures the wealth inequality within a society, we are the 10th most equal country in the world with the Gini index number of 27.3. In contrast,
Wow.
America's all the way down with 41.4. By the way, the number 0 would mean perfect equality and number 1 perfect inequality. I think it's safe to say that Finland is rich, but we are not owned by the rich. And everyone has a fair shot and is well cared for. And we look out for our own,
Yeah,
and
that's
this following
nice.
reason explains perfectly why. The political landscape in America looks a bit scary at the moment. In 2021, rioters stormed the Capitol building, and it seems
And
like the
now?
Republicans and Democrats are constantly at each other's throats. And I get it, America's a big country with a lot of people, and you most likely have more arguments than compared to a country with only 5.5 million people in it. Still, Finland feels a lot more stable than the United States because our political system is based on two parties fighting on every single topic. In contrast, Finland has a multi-party system, but that doesn't mean that we can't be friends with someone just because they voted for one party rather than the other. Putting politics aside, leads to a
Interesting.
happier life overall. And we actually had elections this year, and while some people were upset about the result, you don't see the Social Democratic Party voters storming any government buildings, do you? One of the reasons why the United States became the most powerful country in the world is because its citizens have always pushed themselves to be the absolute best they can be. If your neighbor gets a new shiny card, you have
I
to
know
get
a lot
one
of
as well.
people.
But here in Finland, we don't think like that. If our neighbor gets a shiny new car,
That's
we
good.
think how we can smash the car or pop the tires because my neighbor can't have what I can. Yeah, Finns are a bit jealous to people sometimes. That's a typical joke about Finnish jealousy. In the US, while that's great for economic
funny.
productivity by always striving for more, it's not the best system to keep people happy and healthy. And there was a very interesting comment in the Psychology Today. Let me cite it for you. In Finland, people who are extremely wealthy avoid flaunting their wealth too advantageous lifestyles.
Oh,
Indeed, many continue to lead modest lifestyles.
really?
Some forego luxury vehicles in favor of using public transport. If material success is downplayed, then each individual can be treated with more respect. Finns enjoy a cohesive society that is characterized by a high-level social trust. This
Social
ingredient is
stress.
conspicuously absent in many advanced countries where
Interesting.
crime rates are higher. And as a Finn, I have to say, these things makes a lot of sense. So if you're rich or successful, we
It
don't like to
does.
flash or cast that much, and instead we like to
No.
just keep to ourselves, because bragging is seen kind of like a bad thing over here. If you make 30,000 euros and you're happy with your life, who's to say you should feel ashamed because someone is making 40,000 euros? And you should take pride in your work and achievements. Americans certainly do, but it can be also unhealthy to judge yourself according to other people's standards. But hey, we're not quite done yet. I have one more bonus reason for you, and that is the parental leave and support between Finland and America. Because
Yeah, I think flaunting your wealth is bad idea because what if there's bad people who's very desperate and then they will rob you? I'm sure it's not gonna happen there, but yeah, that's just bad idea. I think too. I agree, and I just think too that Finnish people are really humble. And yeah, there's a lot going on here right now. So I just hope that his term is gonna be over. I don't know if you guys like him or not. I'm sure there's people that like him, and I'm sure there's people too that doesn't like him. So yeah.
in Finland, the government recognizes the struggle and stress that new parents have to go through when having kids. That's why Finland recently updated the parental leaves so that both parents have a collective of 320 days paid leave regardless of the job or industry. To make matters even better, they offer a
That's a
free
lot.
maternity box to all new mothers containing essential goods and items vital for caring a newborn. And guess what? According to Finnish
That's
baby box,
nice.
Finland has the lowest mortality rates for newborns, which is partly due to this baby box, contrasting with the USA where paid parental leave is not nationally mandated. The employees can only expect financial
No.
compensation for leave taken to raise their children through qualified employers such as Family and Medical Leave, an organization that seeks to provide protected paid leave for family and medical emergencies. Whereas in Finland, everyone qualifies for the paid leave regardless of your gender, your occupation, or your employer. And according to Forbes, let's not forget that having a baby in the USA will cost you $18,500 without insurance on average. And even with insurance, that's a little bit less than
It's a
$3,000.
lot.
And in Finland, you paid it 50 euros a day. 50 euros a day. So it's easy to see why having a
50
child in Finland is a
euros.
better option. Oh, and did I mention that in the USA you won't even get the baby box for the newborn? That's too bad. And speaking of bad, there are a number
No.
of things that foreigners can unintentionally do to make Finns feel uncomfortable. Watch this video next.
50 euros. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why am I not living in Finland right now? I want to be a mother in the future. I don't want to pay a lot of money giving birth. Oh my gosh. And yeah, those people who give birth don't get any package from the government or whatever it is. Come on. Yes. I think I want to move to Finland or any other Nordic countries that offer good benefits. And I don't really mind paying a lot of taxes if I get all this good benefit, free education, good insurance and stuff, and other benefits that the government is giving to people. I am moving away from here. Away from here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.